So I'm not, and people think I'm trying to FUD Pulse or something like that. No, I think this whole ecosystem is going to just absolutely destroy the rest of crypto. Within our little niche, I think some of our other options, like pulsex, may do better over the long term. And I have my reasons for that. And if you have different opinions, then go ahead and put them in the comments. I'd love to hash it out, or you can join the Pulse Theory Telegram chat. And if you have charts or you want to talk about how you think Pulse is going to do better, we can talk about it. Not trying to convince anybody. I would prefer people with weak hands don't hold pulsex. We've all heard Richard say how internet delivered through Comcast, that utility, they make no money, versus Netflix, who has to run on Comcast on the internet that's delivered to you. They make all the money. So they make like 100, 1000x more money than the utility, and that's because there's different value extraction at different levels in the system. It's the same with real estate. Like if you own the land and you lease it out, you make some money, okay? And they need the land for the building that they're going to create there. But the only reason someone would build something there for like a business is if they thought they could make more money on it than they could without the land. Isn't it more valuable if someone comes in and puts value into the land? It makes the land also more valuable. So it's great for, we'll say, you know, if you're following the analogy, it's great for Pulse if people build valuable things on top of Pulse, but it doesn't mean Pulse is more valuable than the things built on top. Now, a lot of people compare Ethereum to these new DEX coins that have come out, and they're like, well, Ethereum did 14,000x. I ain't seen no DEX coin do 14,000x cold ton. You guys are completely forgetting one of the most important things about price appreciation is time, okay? Time in the market. If something's only existed for a day, do you think that's going to do better or worse than something that's been around for 10 years? Okay, so time is important. All right, well, how much more time has Ethereum been around versus these DEXs? Ethereum's been around 6 or 7 years. Okay, so that's gone through multiple hype cycles, multiple rinses of like heavier, stronger hands holding onto the base layer of no one's going to sell below this point. These DEXs haven't been around as long as Ethereum. But what have we seen? We've seen hundreds of X in, what, 6 months for PancakeSwap? And so we see these big ballooning events of, wow, we're never going to see these prices again. And so once these DEXs have another one of those events, I think it's growing at a faster rate than the things on the chain. It's just it hasn't been around long enough to actually exceed and beat the initial jumpstart that these layer one forms have had. So not only is it possible to have something outperform the layer one, but it can do it in less than a third of the time. So just because you guys are comparing apples to oranges doesn't mean you're right. Now, this is just how I see it. When I say pulsex is going to blow people's minds, I think it's going to blow people's minds because we've never seen something like it. You can't compare it to other DEXs because it's not inflationary whatsoever. It has this feature where no matter the volume on the network, as it continues to grow, it just increases its buying pressure over time. Extra buy pressure on top of everyone else who's buying it. Now, pulsechain also has burning. Now, people were like, well, you know, pulsechain might burn more of its supply than pulsex, you know, if there's lots of usage on the network. And it's like, okay, even if they burned a lot more of the total supply, say like the total supply is where pulsex is going down like this and pulsechain's going down like that, you know, maybe it's going faster. Let's just give them that, say that's happening. Those burns do not contribute to buying pressure. It doesn't actually market buy the price up. pulsex, it does. It's totally different. Having someone always willing to buy with substantial amounts of cash, like it's just constant. And that is way more important than reducing supply over time, in my opinion. Just removing and burning stuff doesn't really change anything. Like, what are Satoshi's coins? What does he have, like 1 million coins, like 5% of the supply? Whether he burned them or not, does that affect the price? It doesn't. It doesn't do anything because he wasn't selling them anyway. Someone just burning them just gives people a little extra, like they feel like they own more of the network, but it doesn't affect the price directly. Buying and then burning is huge. It actually moves the price actively up only, and it won't go down over time. It'll go up with volume.